And of course, I have it set up behind, so I can't see if it's doing. Well, it sounds like it's recording, so we will start again. So welcome, my name is April Lynch. I am with Syracuse University. I'm an Associate Director of Admission here. I will have my contact info up at the end of the slide, so please feel free to reach out with any questions that you or your families might have. My phone and email will be there at the end. We have about 15,000 undergrad students, a couple thousand grad students on campus who are firmly in that mid-size range for institutions. Our average student has about a 3.7 GPA and a 4-point scale, around a 1280 on the SAT or whatever the equivalent is for the ACT. Again, this year we are test optional, so we do not need your test scores in order to make an admission decision. If you have not taken an exam yet, please do not take one on our behalf. We would rather have you guys stay safe and healthy than chance at taking a test. We are located in upstate New York, which is a direct 2-hour flight from O'Hare. It is also on the Amtrak line. So if you take the Amtrak from Union Station in Chicago to Syracuse, it comes in about 5 minutes from the airport. Both of those locations are about 15 minutes from campus. So it is very easy to get back and forth from the Chicago area to Syracuse University. Our campus is a residential campus, so the majority of our students stay there. We do have a 2-year housing requirement, so first year and second year students are required to live on campus. After that, we see a majority of our juniors actually stay on campus as well. A lot of seniors move off campus. They'd like to have that freedom and flexibility, as well as the chance to maybe live closer to an internship or a job that they have. So our campus is set up pretty traditionally, green quad in the center, a ring or two of academic buildings, and then student housing beyond that. We have a lot of options for our students as far as academics go. We have about 200 majors and 100 minors. When you apply to Syracuse, you apply to the academic college that you are interested in entering into. So if you are looking to be a history major, you would apply to the College of Arts and Sciences and then select history as your major. And same thing goes for other academic areas. So if you're looking at the Whitman School of Management and you want to be a marketing management major, you'd apply to Whitman and then apply to the marketing management major from there. Now, a piece of advice I always give students is when you apply to Syracuse, you're able to put your first choice academic college and your second choice academic college. I would encourage you to put 2 separate academic colleges because when we review, we will look at you for all of the majors within that academic college. So if you put arts and sciences for your first choice academic college and a history major, and then your second choice, you choose arts and sciences again with a political science major, and we say no the first time and say, well, we don't think you are a arts and sciences major, we're not going to say yes the second time because we've already done a review for all the majors in that area. But if you put a different academic college, such as the Falk College of Sport and Human Dynamic, and put maybe a nutrition science major, then we can take a look at you for that. Another small piece of advice here is there is also a box on the application where you can say, Syracuse can make me an offer, basically. So if you are applying and we say, wow, you've been really involved in all of these areas, we think you'd be a great fit for this major, because you've checked that box, we can make that offer for you. It just helps make it a little bit easier to accept you to Syracuse. Now, as far as the different academic offerings on campus, you are more than welcome to take classes in different academic colleges. We encourage that. We want you to find new interests and try out new classes because you're interested in learning about them. There is a lot going on in all of the different areas, so if you are interested in being part of a research team or maybe meeting some of our world-class faculty, we encourage you to go and try a new class or a new major. Work with your academic advisor, and they can help you figure out what might be the best class to enhance the education that you're getting. We do often see students who are taking classes outside of their academic area. A great example is our College of Architecture students often take entrepreneurship classes in our Whitman School of Management. So please enjoy taking some of those classes. Now, every academic college has its own career advising office. Their job is to help you guys, one, with your cover letters, your resumes, give you mock interviews, maybe help you build a LinkedIn profile. They are there also to connect you with internships and help you in your job search. I would advise as a first-year student that you go over there and you talk to them, because it's easier to help you from day one obtain your goals than it is last minute to try to get in there and say, I don't know what I need to do, but here I am. If you go in there first thing, they can say, okay, here are the steps you need to take. Here are some options that you have in front of you. You want the specific career goal. You need experience in these areas. Let's start setting you up so that you can get experiences in these areas and make yourself a bit more marketable. It's a wonderful way to kind of customize the education that you're going to get. I mentioned before that we are a Research One institution. This is the top tier of criteria that colleges and universities have to have, is for Research One. We have a lot going on as far as research is involved. Now, students can participate with that. I would say freshman year, not as many students participate. We do encourage you to focus on your academics and not add in too many extra things until you kind of get a handle for how college is going to be for you. But after that, please do join our research teams. Introduce yourself to your professor, tell your academic advisor. They're very, very happy to have you help join their teams. Research takes place in many, many different areas. So you might be thinking of our work on gravitational waves, and you might be thinking about our professor who is working on oral insulin for diabetes. But it goes beyond that. So we have over in our sports analytics area and sports management, they're looking at concussion protocol and professional athletes. And they're seeing that there may be a point where an athlete has X amount of concussions, and then their level of play goes down. So they're studying that, not just from the standpoint of maybe like a doctor of physical therapy and what that means to the athlete, but also what that means to a sports team. And in the business mindset, how long do you hang on to an athlete that has repeated concussions? What's their level of play going to be like going on in the future? Over in our College of Visual and Performing Arts, they're looking at different language patterns in the plays that are going on. They're looking at how changing costuming, how changing design makes the audience perception of these performances change. So there is something that everyone can be involved in. And we also offer summer research opportunities. So if you have the chance to stay over the summer with us, oftentimes our summer research opportunities are paid opportunities for students as well. Now, maybe you're thinking about studying abroad. This is a fantastic option for our students. We have 5 different locations around the world where we actually own our own buildings and have our own faculty teaching. 4 of the 5 of these locations, they're taught in English. These locations are London, Madrid, Florence, Strasbourg, and Santiago. So our location in Santiago is not taught in English, but we do have a language boot camp so that if you are interested in studying there, you can take some classes, get some of the language, and start learning from there. We also have 60 other partnership programs around the world. So if you've always wanted to go and study in Africa, in Australia, China, you can absolutely do that. We would love to help you get there. Students typically study for a semester or a year in another country and then come back, or you can actually go over the summer or maybe during one of our shortened terms. So those could be our January term. We do have classes that go over spring break and maybe a little bit on each side depending on how far they're going to go. But you have the chance to go and explore and have some fun. Now, our discovery programs are actually for our first year students who are entering. You have the chance to go and study abroad first semester freshman year. It is something that you would mark on your application if you're interested in doing that. So maybe talk that over with your families and see what might be of interest to you. We also have a lot going on in our, I gotta switch my slide here, sorry. In our student experience area, we pride ourselves on all of the different things that our students are able to do. We have a very diverse class of students. All 50 states are represented, over 160 countries. We try to provide something that everyone will be able to engage and participate with. There's over 300 clubs, athletics, and organizations. If you can't tell you we want you to be involved, that number might help you understand how much we want you to try new things and have new experiences. That's part of going to college, is having these experiences, and you can say, wow, that was a great experience and I want to do that again. Or you can say, well, I tried it and maybe it's not my thing, but at least I was there and tried it. Some of the pictures you can see up here, we have our cozy a cappella group. During Winter Carnival every year, our student groups get up and they perform wearing their PJs. We serve hot cocoa and cookies, just as a way for you to relax. We also, that top other corner has a picture of Otto, our mascot, and Otto's ice skating. We take students Thursday, Friday, and Saturday nights. We have a thing called Orange After Dark, and we provide opportunities for you to go skiing, snowboarding, ice skating. Remember, we're in upstate New York, so there's a lot of that around us. But our students love engaging and having fun with that. We also, in that bottom corner, have something called Shackathon. So our students, in order to raise awareness about poverty and also to fundraise money for Habitat for Humanity, build shacks out on the quad each spring, and they live in them for a couple days so that they start to understand and help raise awareness again. And then bottom corner, there's Trevor Noah. We actually do a book club for all of our incoming students. And a year or two ago, we read Trevor's book, and then he came to campus and did a talk for us. Our students love to be able to engage with him. Then we have plenty of other authors who have done the same thing. Margaret Atwood has been there, Joe Biden, and it's some way that our students can talk and maybe not just talk about a book, but get to know other students who are also first-year students and figuring out their path at Syracuse. The Barnes Center at the Arch is a newly renovated fitness facility. So it is all encompassing in health. It is health, it's wellness, it's mental health, physical health. We want to make sure that you as a whole person are as healthy as you can be. So half of the facility is workout facilities. So you can see the rock climbing wall in the picture there. We have a full-size Olympic pool. We have an S-shaped hot tub with a big screen in case you want to watch the game. We have basketball courts as far as the eye can see, an indoor hockey and soccer area. Now, the other half of the building is where our counseling offices are, and we have 26 full-time counselors on staff. There is someone available 24/7 in case you'd like to talk to someone. We also have a pharmacy over there. We have a mind spa, an esports room, and we have pet therapy areas. So if you find that you need a snuggle with a puppy, you can go in there and you can snuggle. We also have pets that you can kind of check out for an hour. Take them for a walk, you know, play catch with them, you know, just relax and enjoy yourself. We also are updating our Shine Student Center. This is where our students will be able to come and relax and enjoy themselves. We are moving our Office of Multicultural Affairs into the Shine Center, as well as our LGBT Resource Center and our Disability Cultural Center. Now, this renovation was done with a lot of input from our students. They told us the type of spaces that they would like to utilize and like to use. So there's a lot of open spaces, a lot of areas where students can come and just relax and hang out, maybe meet in small groups, you know, hang out by themselves. Whatever the students need, we were trying to listen to them as we built this. The other piece of renovation that I should mention is the Carrier Dome itself is getting a new roof, and that should open in the next week or so before our first football game for the fall. That has been not only a new roof, but there have been several renovations done inside as well. Now, I mentioned earlier that we have student housing available and that there are 2 years of required housing on campus. Just to dive into that a little bit more, there are several different types of living arrangements. You can have traditional style dorm rooms, 2 people to a room. There are split doubles, which is a 2-person room with kind of a wall through 3/4 of it to give you a little bit more privacy. There are also triples and singles, and sorry, freshmen, singles don't usually go to first-year students. It's kind of a hot commodity that upperclassmen like to get. We also have suite style, so a couple bedrooms and a shared living room. These all just kind of vary by the dorm. So when you are choosing the area that you'd like to live in, make sure you're paying attention to the type and the style. We also have learning communities that our students can live in. So if you are a female engineering student and you would like to live with other female engineering students, you can absolutely do that. Or maybe you're an honor student or a multicultural student. There's plenty of learning communities that our students can choose to live in and participate in as well. Now, the next slide we're going to look at, when I change it here, is about our Orange Network. We take very seriously our school pride and taking care of our alumni. And our alumni, on the same thing, take care of our students very, very well. We have about a little over 250,000 alumni around the world. They are very engaged with our campus. They love helping our students, whether that's connecting them with an internship, a job, maybe just giving advice or volunteering to look at a resume for them when they're trying to get into the industry. There are plenty of ways that our students are able to interact with our alumni. Another piece of advice I like to give students, when you are graduating from Syracuse and you're going and you're getting that first job, maybe you're moving back here to the Chicago area or another area around the country. There are many alumni associations around the US and around the world for our students or our soon-to-be graduates to go and join. I would encourage you to join them. Introduce yourself. Say, hi, I'm new. I'm just graduating. You'll get a bunch of people who welcome you to the group, ask you where you're going, what you're doing. Do you have a job yet? But they'll also ask you to be part of the group, be part of the Orange Forever. So come to a game watch when the basketball game is going on, or maybe do some volunteer work with a group of them. 86% of our 2019 grads are either in careers or pursuing an advanced degree. So this is a group that has done really well for themselves and is following their dreams and doing the things they want to do. I'm sure you've noticed the pictures up there, some of our alums who've been very successful in the past. My favorite picture up here is that bottom one. The woman on the left in the bottom, that's Eileen Collins. She is the first female space shuttle commander. Funny story about her really quickly. She was an accounting major at Syracuse and happened to be in the College of Engineering building one day and started talking to a professor, and they said, would you like to try out the flight simulator? And she said, well, sure. Fell in love, absolutely loved it, changed her major to aerospace, and kind of the rest is history. And she is now doing something she absolutely loves and has a very storied career as well. Now, how do you apply to Syracuse? We are a member of the Common App, so you can pretty easily find that. I'm sure you guys have looked at it so far. We have two different deadlines. We have an early decision deadline and we have a regular decision deadline. ED is due November 15th. RD is due January 1st. Early decision is the binding contract. So I would encourage you to have that talk with your family, talk with your counselor before you make that commitment. Because when you apply that way, you're committing to attend Syracuse or whoever else. If you're applying ED somewhere else, you're applying to commit that university if you're accepted. So as far as what are we going to look at when we look at your application, we do a holistic review. So academics do come first. We're going to take a look at your transcripts, your grades, the caliber of the classes that you've been taking. We'll take a look at grade trend. So did you maintain a steady GPA throughout? Did you start off a bit rough and get better over time? Did you have a rough semester somewhere? And if you did you bounce back from that? There is a great way for you to talk to us about maybe having a rough semester. You can either email your counselor, who in this case it would be me, or you can use the additional information section on the Common App and kind of fill out what was going on there. That way, whoever is reading your application will be filled in with your specific situation. Now, again, I'm going to mention that we are test optional for 2021. So if you have not taken a test, please do not take one on our behalf. You don't need to. If you have taken an exam already and you would like it to be submitted, that's fine. There will be a box you can check on the application that says, I would like my test scores to be looked at. Again, don't feel like you need to hand that in. We will do look at your transcripts, look at your 2 letters of recommendation. We ask that you submit 2 of them from teachers that have had you in the classroom. Those are required. If someone else would like to write you a letter of recommendation, you can have those sent into us as well. They are just in addition to the 2 required ones. We also ask for a counselor letter to be written. Your counselors are used to writing those as well. We have personal admission interviews that we do. These are optional, but I would also encourage you to do that if Syracuse might be one of the top places you're looking at. It gives us a chance to get to know you a bit better. It's more of a chance to kind of ask you, what's important to you? What are the things that you think we need to know about you as we kind of go through and look at you for admission? So take that with a grain of salt. If you'd like to do it, we'd love to have you interview. You can sign up on our website or email me and I can help you set that up as well. So we would love to have you guys join us on campus and be part of our story as we go forward. The thing we think we are really good at is preparing you for leadership roles in any of the fields that you're going to be going into. Our students are passionate, they're committed, they're the ones that want to be pushed and try new experiences and enjoy themselves in the classroom and on campus and in the community. They're active, they're engaged people. And we think that if you're that type of person, you will do really, really well at Syracuse as well. And we'd love to have you join us again. On this last slide, I have my contact information there at the bottom. Again, my name is April. I am your counselor with Syracuse. If you need anything, feel free to email me, give me a call. I am going to open up here, and I'm actually going to stop recording maybe.